In today's wild MMA update, things are getting heated all over again. Paddy Pimblett is firing shots at Ilia Topuria once more, and on the flip side, Topuria isn't staying quiet either. He's going after Islam Makhachev, telling him he better get in line if he wants a title shot, especially after moving up to welterweight. And what's Jon Jones doing in all this chaos? Just casually trolling fans on the internet while sipping coconut water like nothing's going on.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets real crazy. Dana White says the Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall super fight is happening. Yep, that's the official word. But then out of nowhere, Jon Jones FaceTimes with Kamil Gadzhiev, a Russian fight promoter often called their version of Dana White, and straight up says he's done, over, no more fights. So what's really happening here? Let's go back to the rivalry between Ilia Topuria and Paddy Pimblett. This isn't just trash talk, this is personal. It goes back to 2021, when Paddy made some seriously disrespectful comments about the 2008 war between Russia and Georgia. For Ilia, who's deeply proud of his Georgian roots, that cut deep. He didn't let it slide. He warned Paddy there'd be consequences. Almost a year later, during UFC London Fight Week, they nearly fought in a hotel. It got that close to turning physical. Since then, things haven't cooled down one bit, and now that Topuria's in the lightweight division and getting ready to fight Charles Oliveira for the vacant title, the old beef is getting stirred up again. In an interview with TNT Sports, Paddy didn't hold back. He said if Ilia wins the belt, it's perfect, because he'll be his first title defense, like he's already planning the showdown. Topuria clapped back, mocking Paddy by saying, now he knows where the money's at, gotta pay for those parties somehow, ouch. Paddy returned fire with a photo of himself landing a head kick on Chandler, writing, can't wait to land one of these on Eliazo. So if Topuria does become champ, this whole thing might explode again, and this time not in a hotel lobby, but inside the cage. Imagine that grudge match on a pay-per-view. But wait, there's something even bigger on the line. If Islam Makhachev beats Jack Della Maddalena and Topuria beats Charles Oliveira, the UFC could set up one of the biggest fights in history. Like, we're talking about two active two-division champions going head-to-head at their peak. That has never happened before in the UFC. Still, in a recent press conference, Topuria made it super clear. If Islam wants a shot at the lightweight title after his move to welterweight, he better wait his turn.
Él respondió y dijo una última frase que era, consigo una victoria más y hablamos. No sé si eso te deja una puerta abierta que se pueda acabar dando el duelo contra Makhachev.
Es que sabes qué pasa, que él desde un principio se quiso dar una imagen como que él tuviera alguna decisión. Él dijo hace como una semana, mi subida a peso welter no va a importar porque no pienso dejar el título vacante. Lo recuerdas, ¿verdad?
Perfecto.
Y yo había dicho antes de eso de que yo no había llegado a peso ligero para preguntarle nada a nadie, que yo era el que mandaba. Entonces, ¿quién se salió con la suya? ¿Quién hizo lo que dijo? Como siempre, él o yo. Entonces, después de este combate, una vez yo tenga el cinturón, después que se ponga en la cola que es larga, así que a más de uno le brillan los ojos.
And guess what? Charles Oliveira sounds totally fine seeing this double champ era come to an end.
Were you surprised he gave up his belt and moved up?
Look, what we've actually learned is that there's no more fighting for two belts, right? You either go fight for what you want or make it happen like Topuria did, you know? Islam didn't do that. Islam waited until the last minute to vacate his belt, knowing 100% he would fight Jack Maddalena. I think this will happen in Australia. It'll be a great fight.
Even UFC legend Michael Bisping agrees. He said on his YouTube channel that the days of clearing out entire divisions before moving up are basically over.
There is a long list of viable and worthy contenders at 170 pounds. Granted, if Ilia becomes the champion, if he beats Charles, and if Islam becomes the champ, there is a pathway for Ilia Topuria becoming a 3-weight division champion, which would just be insane. He would have to abandon 155 pounds the same way that he vacated 145. There's no way they're doing double champs anymore, and they certainly ain't going to do a 3-weight simultaneous champ. That just fucks the game up for everyone. But if he vacated and came to 170, great. You know, this is like dream stuff now and a lot of if, but, and maybes. But it's possible. But I'm just saying the number one barrier, I don't know, is the number one barrier to Ilia becoming a 3-weight division champion isn't so much Islam Makhachev.
But here's a shocker. Chael Sonnen was stunned when he saw the betting odds. Ilia Topuria is a minus 370 favorite against Oliveira.
Minus 370 favorite Topuria is to beat Charles do Bronx Oliveira.
What?
Minus 370.
That is insane. That is not right.
To be the world champion that defended 3 times, has more submissions than anyone in UFC history, and he's a minus 370 favorite.
And Daniel Cormier, he's already breaking down what we can expect in the Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena fight.
I think Islam and Jack Della Maddalena is a great fight. Della Maddalena surprised me in this fight with Bilal Muhammad. Like, he just showed that he's much better than people gave him credit for. So well-rounded, so skilled. Makhachev, though, bigger, will have an ability to not be cutting all the weight. He'll be more full. He'll be more like fresh. I'm interested. I think that it'll come down to the wrestling of Islam versus Jack's takedown defense, and how stingy is he going to be able to be with Islam? Because when Islam can take guys down early, they really struggle. The only time a fight even looks competitive is when they can defend takedowns and he spends large amounts of time on his feet, which he does really well too.
Meanwhile, Islam is out here spending his weekends riding up mountains on a motorcycle. That's the kind of peace he's living in while the UFC world burns.
Судороги.
Он еще один идет без помощи. Он здесь только один поднимется, мне кажется. Да, Хаджимурат! Походу Салим тоже устал.
Ислам эмоции застрял.
Now, let's go back to Jon Jones and this so-called super fight. Once again, Dana White is giving us hope for the mega showdown between Jones and Tom Aspinall. But making this massive event actually happen? Not so easy.
Jon Jones versus the heavyweight fight will happen.
Jon hasn't fought in over 6 months, and for Tom Aspinall, it's almost been a year. Fans are beyond frustrated now. While Jones was chilling in Thailand, fans went crazy, saying he's doing everything except fighting. Even Aspinall seems like he's ready to just move on. And fans? Oh, they're roasting Jon hard on social media. Some say he should be stripped of the title. One person even commented, "Enjoy the last days as champ before you get stripped." But Jon clapped back immediately. Stripped? Lol. Do I look like the type of person who cares about that? Another fan came for him, saying yes, because if you didn't care, you'd have vacated the belt already, since you clearly don't plan on fighting Tom. Jon replied again, "Y'all barking up the wrong tree. I told my plans to the UFC a long time ago. I don't know why they haven't told you guys yet." Then in classic Jon Jones fashion, he posted a video of himself chilling with a coconut water, sipping like a king.
Yeah. I'm over here sipping on coconut. Talk about when you gonna fight.
In some recent tweets, Jon finally kind of revealed what's next. When someone asked him what his plans were, he said he wants to continue to monetize this amazing brand he's built. But fans weren't having it. One asked straight up, "So, are you fighting again or not?" Jon answered playfully, "Not a bad idea." And then, boom! He speaks with Kamil Gadzhiev via FaceTime and admits he's done. Just like that.
How are you, bro?
Everything is fine, my friend.
Doing good?
My man, I'm excited to see you again.
You know, but you are still active. 10 years left.
He said, you got 10 years left, but you're still active.
Oh, yeah, I'm done.
He's having a great, he's like, oh.
So, what's really going on? Is Jon just playing games to build hype, or is he stalling while enjoying all the champ perks? What do you think is really happening here? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
Ariel Helwani reacts to Jon Jones saying he's done.
Okay, so did he say I'm done there? He was talking to Kamil Gatsiev.
That is what he snuck in there, yeah.
He snuck in, I'm done? I actually think he is. This is what I've been saying the whole time. They presented the money, and he said, yeah, I'm good. Which, God bless. It's a lot of money. I wish we could all be in that position. Anyway, that is an interesting development.
One thing's for sure. Fans are done with the back and forth. The MMA community is literally yelling, just say if you're fighting or not.
Jon Jones, hey, it's me, representing the UFC community. You need to vacate or make a decision, man. Please. The whole heavyweight division is just in shambles because of you. You're sipping coconuts in Thailand, picking up Hasbulla like he's an infant, and not making decisions on fights, and saying, like, just throwing out super subliminal messaging that you're not going to fight. Please, for the love of God, make a decision. We have potentially the greatest heavyweight of all time just sitting on a bench, not doing anything. If this is psychological warfare, it's working on me. I don't know about Tom, but on me it's working, and I can't take that. Please, make choices. We need to move forward and put Hasbulla down. I think he's like 28.
Jon Jones, he was praying that I would lose that fight against Curtis Blades, mate. Praying that I would. Because there is nowhere that you can find publicly, nowhere, him saying that he will fight me. It doesn't exist. I challenge anybody watching this interview to go and find a statement, a quote, a video where Jon Jones is saying that he'll fight me after he's fought Stipe. It doesn't exist. The guy's smart. The guy was sat there, mate, with the Cheeto fingers or whatever, the Doritos on his fingers, with his iPhone in hand, waiting for me to get knocked out so he can start tweeting about it. Let's be honest, and since I won that fight, he's gone completely quiet, and he'll continue to go completely quiet about me until he retires, because there's no way on earth that he's going to fight me. Not a chance. I will retire Jon Jones without even fighting him. You know, the way I look at it, I'm the best heavyweight in the world, and I'm not getting my credit for it. They're holding the belt hostage, mate, and Jon Jones is loving it. He's loving the fact that Dana White is getting on every interview possible. You're talking about bantamweights, and Dana White flips it back and starts talking about how good Jon Jones is. I'm like, mate, if he's that good, let's fight. It's well documented that Jon Jones isn't the best person in the world. But I ain't going there. I don't want to go there. I don't want to make it personal. I want to be known as the best heavyweight in the world because I believe I am. And if he believes that he is, let's fight about it and settle it. Simple as that.
So you do the UFC, eh?
Yeah, it's me.
I like the boss man you got the one called Banana White.
Oh, you mean Dana White?
I like very much the Irish one, Conor McChicken Burger.
No, it's Conor McGregor.
One of my favorite one is the one that walk around like this one is called Paddy the Pimples.
That's Paddy the Pimblett.
I like the bald man, the one who talk, speak in the commentation, the one with Joe Rogan.
Mate, it's Joe Rogan.
I like the one from Sydney, it's the Eshice one. It's called Taya Bam Tuyubas.
No.
What about the one that Jones Bon Jovi?
No.
Oh no, I like the one the Australian boy called the Volkan Fakamovsky.
Ah, bad enough. You can Fakamovsky.
If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate your support.